Abraham Lincoln said, if you give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, I'll spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. We're going to talk about today how this applies to you and how it applied to one of my clients, Steve, from our coaching call that I've just got off. But first, hey there, legend. I'm Mike Campbell. I am the anti-nice guy men's coach. I support nice guys in building self-worth, self-respect, and a solid sense of security so that you can kill your nice guy and get so much more from life, love, and the everyday. I am the founder of the Everyday Legends Academy and the Zeus Inner Circle. And it was in the Inner Circle that I was having this coaching call with Steve. And we're going to talk about how this is showing up for him in his life and his business. You might not run a business, but I'm guessing this challenge might show up for you. So when it comes to the coaching session with Steve, what we were talking about is a very common pattern for so many men, where so much of us spend so much of our lives in doing an action mode. It's a very masculine mode of being. That's not exclusive to men. This is a very masculine mode of being, which is to apply ourselves to a detail and then achieve a result, right? So I'm taking action, achieving a result, taking action, achieving a result, taking action, achieving a result. We're very good at that. Humans are very good at that, and we tap into that, whomever you are. Men tend to spend a lot of their time here. One of the additional reasons for that is that we have kind of societally created this idea where men tend to be valued for what we can do and how well we can do it, what we can produce and how well we can produce it, our achievements. And if we don't achieve, if we're not doing, therefore, and working towards achieving results, we have no worth, no value. A lot of us have internalized that and taken that on board. And so we struggle with, for example, relaxing, allowing ease into our lives. And we often think that if I'm not working hard, who am I? I have no worth, I have no value. And so we struggle to, allow anything through shaming ourselves and labeling ourselves as lazy, useless, whatever it might be, or having no worth. This is very true for Steve in so much of his life, and he's made such amazing, immense progress for himself. From working all hours of the day, working the weekends, no longer working past, 6 o'clock, no longer working on the weekends. All these simple little things that make a difference. Seem simple, very hard when your whole sense of worth is attached to that. Where this now came into Steve and his business is they are reasonably stretched in their company, him and his director and the team, quite often, quite frequently. And they've got to a point where they're now bringing on a new resource, a new team member that is severely stretching their cash flow without really having the work for that person. It's a big leap for them to take on. The challenge for them is they're so focused on the cash flow side of it. Now, the answer is not to ignore that. It's actually to turn and know those numbers, but then also focus on why are we bringing on this additional resource? And what we see for him is initially it's because we're so busy, right? And this is the risk for so many men. We see the fire at the door and we go, I just don't want this pain and discomfort right now. But if I only focus on that, I don't focus past it, right? Like if I'm only focusing on the light at the end of the tunnel, what happens is I get out of the tunnel and I stop, and then the train hits me. We need to focus on beyond the light at the end of the tunnel. And so the invitation for Steve in this situation is, why else are we bringing on this resource? What else does this provide for us, this allow for us? And so for him as a director, there's so many things. One example is it allows me time to then work on the business, not so much in the business. He can support, coach, and mentor the rest of the team, all these types of things. It also means that him and his other director can take time to stop being in the execution of the work, doing, and be in the vision. It is their job fundamentally to create the vision, crystallize it, carry it, and bring it into the company. Now, this doesn't have to be you and a company, but your life. You cannot always be in doing and execution mode. You have to also stop so that you can aim, right? If you're just trying to stop the ship from drowning, if you're trying to stay afloat, you can't go anywhere. Where are you directing? Where are you taking the ship? Where are you taking your life? And so, gentlemen, here is an invitation to stop frequently so that you can aim and direct your energy. Because otherwise, you risk just aimlessly applying yourself action, 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 achieve result, achieve a result, achieve a result, without understanding why, where, right? We need to tune into, where is this taking me? Where do I want to go? Why do I want to be there? And this was what we facilitated on the call today with Steve. In essence, time for him and his co-director to actually stop and direct the company, to tune in and crystallize. Even if at the bare minimum they recrystallize and reconfirm the vision and where they're going, that is a huge win. But when they're spending so much time in the execution of the work, working in the business, they find it hard to work on the business. They get to stop and slow down and aim. And that is the lesson for so many of us. You get to have worth because it is work. If you need to justify that in your head, it is still work to stop and slow down and aim. And gentlemen, for you in your life, especially nice guys, if you have struggled historically to allow yourself to truly choose what you want in your life and where you're going, at some point you're going to need to stop. If you have attached all of your worth to action and doing, if I'm not doing, who am I? At some point, you need to stop and go, where do I want to take it so that I can better direct my time and energy, so that I can choose where my life is going and take ownership of that, be in sovereignty. Slow down, stop, and aim so that the results that you are achieving and creating take you to a meaningful place. That has been today's Coaching Corner. I am Mike Campbell. Remember to like and subscribe to get notifications. Ring that bell so that you get access as soon as we post these new videos. If you've got your own questions for me, if you would love me to explore your questions in this kind of Coaching Corner thing, we can drop them in the comments below. If you want access to the free resource that we have for Nice Guys, also drop that down, Nice Guys, below, and we'll get that to you as soon as possible. Until next time, keep building that legendary integrity.